AFCON Mali-Tunisia referee ends the match ahead of schedule, causing doubt, controversy and confusion. Global soccer is riddled with suspicious activity, but never has the sport's highest level seen what it saw during the Mali-Tunisia match at the Africa Cup of Nations on Wednesday. With 5+ minutes remaining in a group stage match between Tunisia and Mali, a referee tried to end it for no apparent reason. Then, after protests, chaos and continuation, he tried to end it early again. Police car light unbelievable. Exploding head we've never seen this before. The referee ended the game twice, before we even reached full time. Face screaming in fear alarm clock first full time whistle. Min keycap 8 keycap 5 second full time whistle. Min keycap 8 keycap 9 hashtag Team Tunisia versus hashtag Team Mali hashtag Total Energies AFCON 2021 hashtag AFCON 2021 pic.twitter.com/hkfkdhgjc. beIN Sports USA January 12, 2022. Some 20 minutes later, the Confederation of African Football attempted to restart the match. Officials reportedly barged into Mali coach Mohamed Magassouba's news conference and tried to bring the two teams back out to the field. Tunisia, though, never appeared, and Mali celebrated an apparent 1-0 win. The madness began shortly after the 85th minute of a match that Mali led 1-0, and that should have lasted 90 minutes plus stoppage time. Zambian referee Janny Sikazwe, who'd previously been suspended on suspicion of corruption, blew his whistle, raised his arms into the air and seemingly began to walk off the field. Tunisian players and coaches were initially perplexed, then furious. Within a minute, the error was corrected, and the match resumed. Pretty soon, though, it got stranger. 30 seconds later, Sikazwe issued a red card to Bilal Touré. 3 minutes after that, with 89:43 on the clock, Sikazwe whistled for full time again. This time, the Tunisian protests were immediate. Coaches spilled out onto the field to scream at the fourth official, then to run towards Sikazwe. They pointed at their watches. They grabbed him by the arm to try to make their point. Sikazwe eventually had to be escorted off the field by uniformed security guards, who surrounded him and his fellow referees, and held back members of Tunisia's staff. Their argument was not just that the match should have lasted through the 90-minute mark, but that it should have lasted well beyond 90 minutes. Early in the second half, Sikazwe awarded a penalty to Mali, which Ibrahima Konde converted for the only goal of the game. Later in the half, after a lengthy video review, he awarded a penalty to Tunisia, which Mali goalkeeper Ibrahim Magassouba saved. Those stoppages, plus a cooling break, substitutions, the red card, and the first mystifying full-time whistle, should have led to at least 3 minutes of added time, if not much more. There was supposed to be 7 to 8 minutes of additional time, Tunisia coach Mondher Kebaier later said. His decision is inexplicable. I've been coaching for a long time, never seen anything like it, Kebaier continued. Even the fourth referee was preparing to lift the board, and then the whistle was blown. Despite the protests, post-game routines went on as usual. Magassouba accepted his Man of the Match award. Magassouba began speaking to the media. That's when, with beads of sweat running down his forehead, he was told that he and his players had to return to the pitch. The players were more than willing, he said at a second news conference later. Unfortunately, our opponents didn't want to come out. Tunisian players never reappeared. Kebaier later noted that many had already begun their post-match ice bath. Mali waited for them for several minutes, then the game was once again called off. Now it looks like Tunisia refused to come out and play the final 3 minutes Sikazwe, and Mali waited for them and blew the whistle calling off the match. Now it's officially full-time. pic.twitter.com/ovp8c9bzx. Mohamed Magassouba January 12, 2022. It's unclear if the result will be ruled a 1-0 Mali win, as it was when players initially left the field, or a forfeit. Tunisia could also file an official protest, and the game could be restarted or replayed at a later date. It's also unclear whether any action will be taken against Sikazwe. The ref, CAF, the African soccer governing body, disciplined him after multiple controversial decisions in an African Champions League match in 2018. With a hearing pending, Sikazwe was provisionally suspended, but the ban was lifted in 2019. Previously, Sikazwe was regarded as a respected ref. He officiated 2 games at the 2018 World Cup. Had also worked previous editions of the Africa Cup of Nations, Africa's premier biennial tournament, and the Club World Cup final in 2016.